Marry me, you guys. So we are back. Excuse the delay. I'm sorry. I had to be talking to a client and then getting my little one showered because tomorrow is her birthday. So we're gonna try to get to bed by midnight, but I seriously doubt that. Anyways, here we go. So this spell here is kind of sort of a remake from yesterday's double road spells, road opener. But I just decided to incorporate for a business. And it so happens that my husband brought me this little nest that fell on his head. And he knows I like this kind of thing. This is what happens when you're married to a witch. You like sticks and stones and nests and bones and all that stuff. And if you came to my house, you would think I'm completely weird, but those that love me and live here get me. And so they're little witches too, so there you go. So let's begin for this spell. I'm gonna start, of course, with our nest. I use an incense, which is a personal protection incense, and I want to talk about this. I've not made a video on this personal protection incense, and the reason I call it personal because it's my family incense from my children, my family, and this incense has been growing for years. This little bit of incense keeps growing and growing. As I was finishing, I add on, and now it has developed a very sweet tobacco, just beautiful juniper, like different smells in it because of everything that I've been like incorporated into it. And it's just been an ongoing thing. So I want to talk about how to make this or how to create something like this for you or your family. So, but for now, we're going to do the business nest road opener or whatever I called it right now. It is for business. You can also use this technique for your own self. You don't have to have a business to do this. You can actually incorporate this by, and I'll tell you what you would take place of your business card. You can actually put your picture on there. So here we go. A lot of talking right now. So before the cameras went on, I started the spell work already using a business card. All right, the business card, I literally put it over the cleansing of I used mugwort, and I also used the personal incense. I also took the picture and I cleansed over the people. This is exactly what I did yesterday for my client. I took the picture and I cleansed everything that was negative around this person completely and totally. And I'm also going to be writing success sigils and wealth sigils on the pictures. So let's start doing that. Okay, so that's what I want to do. So now that we did the sigils, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys, those of you that have seen actually the egg to bring in clientele, that's what I'm using in the bottom here. I'm using that green rice that I showed you how to make the prosperity rice. It also has coins and stones and little bits of like different kinds of like garbanzo beans and stuff like that. It has a hematite. It's right here. So I'm going to be using this as a base to my nest. So once I have my prosperity rice here, I'm going to put it down. I'm going to get my little nest, and I put the incense around my nest to clear all and anything negative around the nest. So I did that. I'm going to place it right on the top. But before then, I forgot also picture underneath. Business card right here underneath. Actually, where's the one underneath? This one's going to be placed above, and I'll show you how and where I'm going to place it. You're going to need a red, a green, and a black candle. And I'm going to tell you why you're going to need these candles. And I'm going to go step by step so you understand what I'm doing. The reason I'm using the black candle on the forefront, and this is what I talked about yesterday, a lot of people are afraid of using black candles because they think it's just for negative, but it's not. I use black candles all the time. I use it for prosperity. I use it for cleansing. I use it for when I have to do something that's really hard, even for love. Anything that I feel that is a difficult case, I'll always put the black in the forefront. Why? Black is considered a color that removes negativity and it empowers. So when I use it for something like this, a road opener, why I put it in the front is because I'm clearing the ways to whatever is blocking a situation. So for this, we're clearing the way for this business. Anything that's negative around this business is going to get cleared away, even if it's casting against you, even if it's just a negative intention against you. Because believe me, even people that are just talking and talking about you, they can cast just by those words, just by the ill feelings or ill intentions that they have to you. This tends to grow if you don't get rid of it. So if you don't remove that negative energy, that negative energy actually becomes its own entity. It becomes its own energy, and pretty soon it's just all over you. Okay, so this is why I always do cleansings on myself and on people with black all the time. So that's our forefront. That's what the black is for. Green, of course, it's self-explanatory. Green is a color of healing, but this purpose right now is for money. So we want to bring in prosperity. Actually, the nest fell off on my husband's head and he brought it in, but you can make your own nest, of course, most definitely. So we're using this to represent prosperity and abundance. And I'm going to be using red. You can also use yellow, or you can use a multicolor one, which is what I used yesterday. The reason I decided to use red is because I want this business to stand out amongst the rest. I want this business to be successful. Red is a successful color. Every time you use red, it stands for success. This is why when I do cord spells, I use brown, but I also use red for my client, because I want my client to be the one to be the successor. Okay, so I use red a lot for that as well. So those are the three colors that we have. Once again, I have already done the hole here to feed my candle. So I always tell you guys, and I always try to explain to you guys, because a lot of you are really good pros at it, at spellcasting, but some of you are not, and some of you are still trying to learn. So I'm trying to teach you guys as much as I can. You know, people do it differently. This is what I'm teaching you, my way, and there's many other ways, and everybody has their own way that works for them, and it's great. So anyways, I have actually dug out here this space. Let me see right here. You see that? It's got a space in there to where I stick my herbs. Oh, can you see that? No. This side. Yeah. You see how that it's got a pocket in there? So that's how you feed your candles. You literally dig out. I dig out 2 holes to feed my candles. What do I feed in the candles? Oils, herbs, names, whatever I need to stick in there. That's how I feed it. So all of them have had 2 little holes into them to feed the candle. See that little pocket there? So here we go. So we have our candles. Next thing we're going to talk about our nest. Like I said, it fell from the sky on my husband's head. We're using it. We're going to be using the Fool's Gold right here. I'm going to be using that because I use it for prosperity. So I'm going to actually place it like the egg right up here. Okay? But I'm also going to be placing the business card underneath this right here. So let's go ahead and do that. Before I do it, I'm sorry, I'm going to go ahead and spray my nest with our Fast Luck Business Mist, available at the shop, of course. And because it's a new product, I do not know if Michael has uploaded it, but I'll make sure that he does. If it's not there, message me and I'll make sure you get it. It's a wonderful, it's like a brown color. It smells very sweet and tobacco-y. And you're going to spray your nest with that. Now, let's say that you have this, you order it for your business or for yourself, but you don't have a nest. Fine. You spray your hands. You spray your wallet, your cash register. That's what you would do. Let's go ahead and spray our candles inside. I've already cleansed the candles as well. How do I cleanse my candles? Well, if I don't have anything else, I'll cleanse it just with water. And I cleanse them to remove the negative energies that may be around the candles. I cleanse it all up. What I've cleansed it with is actual my spiritual water, which I use all the time. I spray my children and my animals and my home. And this is great stuff to use around, like to do a smokeless cleanse around a home, a hospital bed, anything like that. That's when you would use it. I use it every day when I shower and I come out. I spray myself with the spiritual water, which is purple. It's great for that. I spray my head when my head hurts or my kids feel ill. I'll spray their aura as well. So there you go. So I've done that step and I've explained to you what I've done. So now that we've sprayed this, what we're going to actually do and add to this is we're going to add vetiver herb to our little nest here. And I told you guys, those of you that have been listening, the vetiver herb, I'm also going to spray put some on the picture. It actually helps to remove hexes. It helps to do that. Okay, so that's the reason we're doing that, in case there's a blockage around the business. The next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting our money powder. And our money powder is one that I love to use when it comes to my green candles. When I do my prosperity candles, this is what I do. I add my money oil, and then I sprinkle this in there. So I'm going to add some other oil right now. Then I'm going to sprinkle this. But let's go ahead and get some of this. Good girl, mama. Let's get some of this money powder, and we're going to do that as well on the nest. Okay, sprinkle that also on the pictures with the nest right up there. Before I add this to this, I'm going to add and talk about the road opener oil. This road opener oil has been fermenting for about 8 weeks, and it's super, super strong. And if you want to do some sort of a road opener or use this oil for a business opportunity, like at work, you want to go up the ladder, this is the oil to get. It's a wonderful oil, and it's super strong, very lemony. Smells a lot like lemongrass. It's got eucalyptus. It's got all the oils that pertain, all of the herbs that pertain to road opening. So that's all been in there. It's been fermented, and it's wonderful. Okay. Let's go ahead and make sure it goes down into where we're feeding it. That's why I move it around. Make sure it goes down. Now let's add our prosperity or money powder. It has bank dirt in it as well. If you just want the bank dirt, we also have that available at the shop. Everything I talked about here, we have available at the shop, minus the nest. Now, we're going to get our vetiver root. Remember in the last spell I told you guys, this is a great herb to use for love and money. And because it looks very much like a nest, I'm going to be using that in my advantage. So let's get some root right here, and we're going to go ahead and just build onto the nest. Okay. If y'all want to make a nest just out of vetiver, that is a fantastic thing to do. So see that? Added it on to the nest. I'm going to get some of that oil, and I'm going to put it on the business card. And I'll put the business card right in the center. I'm going to take my Fool's Gold Hairite right in the center as well, on top of the card. We're now going to be using these things right here. These things are those little bendy things you can get at Walmart. And they come in all kinds of colors. I'm going to be using all of these colors for my own intentions. I want the green for money. I want the orange and the yellow and the red to stand out in my business or this business. So let's go ahead and just intertwine these into our nest as well. Remember guys, when you're doing any kind of spell work, you need to go in with the utmost belief system that it's going to work. Do not ever do a spell work when you're doubting it or you don't really believe in what you're doing. Don't even try, because it's not going to work. Chances are it won't, because you're doubting it. This has a lot to do with your belief system. It's just like people that believe in prayer. People that believe in prayer, things happen. They happen for a reason, because they have so much belief. It happens. Prayers in multitude of people, it happens. It can come true. Same thing with your belief system. I mean, your when you're doing spell work, always believe in what you're doing now. Sometimes it takes time, but if you continue doing it and you're patient, you will have it. I'm liking the thumbs up, guys. Please continue to do thumbs up. It does help. Let's go ahead and just intertwine this one in here as well. And there we go. So we're almost done with this part of, I want to make sure I'm covering everything here, not missing anything. Okay, next thing, I see things that I'm missing here. gold glitter. Now remember, some people don't like gold glitter or any glitter. I do. And if you don't like it, then don't use it. I'm going to use it on my nest and in all of my candles. Alright? To me, it represents abundance. When I see gold glitter, I see coins of the universe coming down. That's why I'm using it. And I'm going to use red glitter. The reason I'm using red glitter is because, like I said, red makes you stand out in the crowd. So let's sprinkle that on our nest. You don't have to use glitter, guys. Don't freak out if you don't want to, or you don't have it, then you don't have to use it. Let's put some in our candles. The other reason I like to use glitter is because I'm able to read the candles depending on how the glitter, it'll show me different kinds of symbols on it, or markings or whatever. All right, that's why I like to use the glitter. Another thing I want to tell you is you can also write petitions on your candles, and where you see the most work or buildup, that's what you got to work on. But this is, again, reading candles, and everybody, you will develop your own technique and way of reading your candles. Everyone reads it differently. Some do read it the same, some people don't. So there you go. So this is what your nest will look like when you're done, more or less. Okay, so here we go. Next thing we're gonna do is we're about done here. We have our oils here. We have our nest. We're gonna believe, and we're gonna ask the universe to help this business here to grow in abundance and to grow with clientele, to bring in an immense amount of prosperity. Go ahead and get your juice, Juliet. An immense amount of prosperity is what we want to happen here. So that's what we're calling on prosperity for this business and clientele. Opportunity. Bring prosperity, cleanse this area completely and totally. Call on prosperity and I call on abundance for this business to grow and prosperity and abundance. This is my will. This is my will. And that's what I'm calling on. Prosperity come in abundance. Prosperity come in abundance. There you go, guys. I'm now going to move this to the prosperity altar, and we're going to let it do its work. Another thing I just realized I forgot to mention, because in the bottom, like I said, I'm using the prosperity rice bowl. I have coins on there. You're going to have 3 silver coins. I'm using quarters, and we're going to place some facing upward, and I'll show you how I'm facing them upward around the nest. That's a very important part of this spell, and I can't believe I forgot. So you see that? There's facing triangly around, just like the candle work is facing the same way. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please keep liking and subscribing, guys. Sharing. I'll be right back with another video. I'm going to set this up, and I'll be right back. Many blessings, guys.